Want to explain what you're doing?
Just taking the old rocker off. Cutting the rocker panel off. So it needs rockers, inner rockers, cab corners, cab supports, floor. Typical.
So the only thing it doesn't need is a back panel and a wall.
Oh yeah, no. It doesn't matter. These trucks, unless you're an American citizen and you live up in the dry country, or maybe you're up in Canada there where it's nice and dry. I don't know.
Where is it dry in Canada?
Fuck, I don't know. Interior somewhere, I guess. They're all known for rusting out. It's just what they do. It's typical on these things to rust out. This was all rusted out. This is in behind, like when you put your, where is it? You put your rocker on. This goes on. I'm just holding it here for an example. It's not exact, right? But this goes on like that. So this here goes up in here and you spot weld it on. This was all rotten in behind here, so we redid that yesterday. So. And
you didn't have a panel, you just built that yourself, right? Because
well, yeah,
they don't sell.
Like it's a big deal.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why can't you build that?
Okay.
Even if you could buy it, why would you bother? I mean, I get it if maybe the whole post was gone, you know?
Yeah.
But I very seldom see them gone here. Usually these things rust out too, but they're not, because all the stuff through the, up through the top where the wipers is, where your vents are, yeah, the cowl that all runs down there, it gets full of like branches and pine needles and shit like that, and it gets water in it, and usually they rust out, but this one seems to be solid.
Cool.
But yeah, so this will go up in here. Once obviously this isn't fitting, because this is all not cut off, but
yeah,
so it goes up in here, and then you got your inner one that goes in there, and that's what goes on there.
Cool.
So that's what we're working on here.
People want to see you welding, so give me a shout when you start putting that back on, and I'll just do a quick video on.
Oh, I don't know how to weld.
Oh, that's not true.
Why would you want to watch me weld?
I don't know. People want to watch you weld. They just want to see the work being done instead of the after.
Life must be pretty boring out there on YouTube.
No, I think people are just genuinely interested in what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sorry for that. Normally we should show it. Well, you can grab the camera and show it. I mean, you know, It's hard, like I say, right? We don't normally, we're always up to something, and you're always working on something, or you're not here, or something's going on, so it's, you know, I'm not about to grab the camera and try and set it up, but we'll try and get some more shots for the fans out there this year. Yeah,
and when he says I'm not here, it's not that I'm just lollygagging around. I'm going to get parts or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm just an office girl and I just show up when I want to and file my nails, even though they are nice.
No, that's Bruce. He files his nails.
Yeah.
Bruce files his nails out back while he's listening to his rap music.
Oh, I hate that. I could barely go in there with that music. It just makes me want to punch puppies. It's horrible.
Oh, okay, well.
Okay, so we'll do a part 2 to this video.
Yeah, we'll do a part 2. I got it, like I say, I usually cut everything. I cut everything off, I pre-fit it, and then away I go. And I take measurements. You can't really see it here. I've got it written here, but I've also wrote it in a notepad. I take measurements of different points on everything to make sure, and then what I'll do is I'll tack all this together, just a couple tacks, and you actually hang the door back on.
Yeah, to make sure that it's not rubbing on anything.
To make sure it's proper. Some guys won't do that. They'll just say, well, I took the measurement, fuck it, weld it up solid, they'll go to put the door on, then there's a grief, and yeah, so I mean, if you want to do it properly, it's a little bit of time consuming, and you just go about it properly. So the plan today is just to get this cut off and get the rocker tacked in place. Because the cab mounts, I'm going to lift the cab off actually and flip the cab over on its backside to do the mounts, and I'm not underneath it laying there. Because the cab's coming off the frame anyway.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that's what we're tackling here today.
You sound like you're getting a little bit better. Everybody's very concerned about you and your health.
Oh, well, you know.
Telling you get it better.
Well, if I'm going to die, I'd want to die out here in the shop. Sure as fuck not in the hospital.
Good to know.
Yeah, good to know.
I'll just leave you laying under a vehicle then.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, guys.
Okay, so part 2 will be coming up shortly. So I figured I'd bring you part 2 of this truck. I kind of lied in the last video because I said I was going to video him putting on the rocker, but he's actually got a bunch of floor work to do before he can put the rocker in. So for those people who wanted to see him actually welding, now the reason he's going back and forth is so that he doesn't warp the panel, and maybe I'll go around to the other side, see if I can film from that side. Oh, the light's kind of in the way. hello.
Hello.
So you're welding in that floor panel, and then you've got stuff on the kick panel to do, yes?
Yeah,
Before...
I gotta cut.
Excuse me.
Up in here.
I'm just gonna get her on the other side here so I can see.
Doesn't need much. Just cut it here. So, I'm not gonna buy a whole floor for this truck because this is the only piece that's gone. I mean, look how solid it is. Why would I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna make this piece and make this piece here, and away we go. That's all I needed. I made this piece here. See, I cut it here. I don't know if you can see, but I've cut it here. If you guys go to our Instagram page, I think there's a picture of this. So you can see this is all welded in. Then what happens is after that, let's see here. After that, then you got your rocker, which you drill your holes through and spot weld it. I haven't drilled them through yet. Or I should say plug weld it, whatever you want to call it. Because we don't have a... I'm just going to hold it up there rough. See, it's going to go like that. See, it's even lining up still already at the old cab corner, which is getting cut off. And you got this nice, you know, this is all butting up where it should be. And then you got the back of the rocker you'll do. Then what you'll do after that is, I guess I can go into the cab corner. I mean, there's no certain order. I'm going to get this welded up, get the kick panel welded up, then I'm going to put this on. I'm going to cut the cab corner off, do the cab corner, then I'm going to unbolt the, and then I'm going to go over to the passenger side, do the same thing there. It needs the same amount of repair. Then I'm actually going to unbolt the cab and flip the cab over on its back. And then I'm just going to do the cab supports underneath because it's easier. So I'll flip it on its back, I'll do the front cab support under here, then I'll flip it on its firewall and I'll do the rear cab support. And obviously I left the old cab support under here, but it's not attached to the floor. Originally it would have been spot welded, so then I'll drill the holes back through and spot weld her back on, and plug weld it, whatever you want to call it. But there's how it's going to look. That's how it's going to be. So that's what's going on. I mean, the floor, I'm just, like I said, I just made it myself. There's no, I'm not gonna buy the whole piece. I would if the floor had lots of pitting. You can buy this section alone in here, and you can also buy the toe board. His toe board is good, so I just don't, you know.
Saving him money.
Well, $30 versus, I can't remember. There's different companies that sell different panels. I usually try and get the better ones, so I think I priced these out. I think that for this panel here, just this section was going to be $150 a side or something, or plus taxes. So it would have spent $400 versus $30 in metal. And at the end of the day, I still gotta weld the pan in or weld this in, no matter what I do, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all working out good.
All right.
So that's what we're doing there. So that's about it.
So there we go, wrapping up part 2.
Wrapping up part 2. All you new viewers out there, go to our website. You can click on the little icon down below and look at us on Instagram. You can follow us all day for all the shenanigans and bullshit in the shop, stuff that goes on in this shop.
There's not so much shenanigans anymore.
No, there's not. We're here to work.
Yeah.
We're here to work and make money. We're busy, busy, busy.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, signing off. It's always a good time at all time.